These are ceramic keycaps, and they're unlike anything you've probably typed on before. Made by a company called Cerakey, they became famous for adding an impressive level of thock to nearly any keyboard, along with their smooth, cool, ultra-durable typing feel. But today, we're not just talking about keycaps. Cerakey has now entered the pre-built game with their very first keyboard, the Nada65. Before we begin, I want to let you know that this video was sponsored by Cerakey, who provided the Nada65 free of charge for the purpose of this review. However, rest assured, all opinions you hear today are completely my own and unbiased. First, we're going to take a look at the unboxing before we go any further. So right off the bat, I think the box is cool with plenty going on like feature showcases. Inside the box is really nice as well with this kind of topo pattern. The Nada65 itself comes in a plastic sleeve with a dust cover, followed by the user manual. For accessories, you're getting a USB A to C cable, a branded dual keycap and switch puller, some novelty keycaps, a microfiber cloth, and the wireless 2.4 GHz dongle. Overall, I was pretty happy with the unboxing experience because sometimes I feel like packaging can be an afterthought, but it wasn't here. Okay, I'm quickly going to go over some of the main specs and features before we get into my own thoughts and opinions. The Cerakey Nada65 comes in at $159 on Cerakey.com. It features a non-exploded 65% ANSI layout with 67 keys. The board features tri-mode connectivity, meaning you can connect via Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz wireless, or wired USB-C. Finally, the board is equipped with a 4000 mAh battery. With the main specs and features out of the way, let's start by taking a surface level look at the Nada65. The panda theme here is prominently featured, especially on the back plate, which has a design that contrasts well with the glossy black finish. With it being a high gloss black finish, it is prone to fingerprints and smudges. That's why they included a microfiber cloth. I think the keyboard strikes a nice balance between playfulness and elegance. The main body is that glossy ABS plastic, which I feel is nice and smooth, but definitely the worst fingerprinting I've actually experienced on a keyboard. In terms of type and feel though, the gasket mount provides a nice decent bounce. Back on the underside, you're getting a mirrored contrasting back plate and weight. As mentioned, I think it ties the theme together nicely. You also get some nice big rubber case pads in each corner. The connectivity options can be found on the back edge. First up, you've got the connection mode toggle, which lets you choose between wireless or wired modes. Then the USB-C port, followed by a macro window switch toggle so you can quickly and easily switch between the two. And finally, there's a couple of LEDs on each corner edge. I think they're just to add a bit of personality because really I don't think they're overly useful. Back on the surface, yeah, you're getting a 65% non-exploded layout. To explain, the non-exploded just means that the main alphas and the navigation keys aren't spaced like you see on some other keyboards. This can divide opinion, but in this case I think it fits the aesthetic. Other than that, you're not really getting anything else going on up top. They kept it nice and clean. That brings me on to the keycaps. So the star of the show are the ceramic keycaps, featuring for the very first time on a pre-built keyboard. So I have done a full-length review on Cerakey's V2 ceramic keycap set, which I'll have linked in the card in the top corner. In short, these keycaps offer a smooth, cool finish that feels great to type on while adding a satisfying thock to pretty much any keyboard. The board also includes some novelty keycaps, giving you options to customize the look, perfect if you're not a fan of the green accents. Beneath the surface, the Nada65 is equipped with these custom Celeste Blue switches. They're 55-gram linears on the heavier side of the force spectrum, specifically chosen to offset the added weight of the ceramic keycaps. The spacebar switch is heavier again to support the extra weight of that keycap. Cerakey claims these switches deliver extreme thock and smoothness thanks to their self-lubricating design. And I'd have to say that those claims hold up, but I don't know if it's the keyboard as a whole or the switches themselves. The stabilizers are well tuned, so none of those ticky sounds or anything like that. Overall, the board definitely produces a low-pitched thock you don't get with most pre-builds. So the Nada65 comes with more than 30 preset modes for the people who love RGB, and the translucent nature of ceramic allows the light to shine through the keycaps, though I will say it's not really noticeable on the black alphas. The board also features N-key rollover if you want to use it for gaming. On top of that, it features a 4000 mAh battery, which I think is plenty sufficient. Cerakey rate the board for 235 hours in wireless modes with all the lights off, or 32 hours with them on. Moving on to software, and the Nada comes with full QMK and VIA support, which are trusted open source tools. One nitpick I want to point out though is that Cerakey put the JSON file inside a .rar folder. In future, just zip it so that you don't have to install an extra program to get the file. So at this point in the video I would tend to do a teardown, but in the Nada65's case it's pretty much impossible to open up. Fellow keyboard creator Lewis Toe actually reached out to Cerakey on this, who told him yeah, it's not really supposed to be opened up. So with that, it's time to play the sound test before I leave you with my closing remarks and recommendations. At $159, the Nada65 might seem pricey for a 65% keyboard, but keep in mind a standalone set of ceramic keycaps costs $126. So for just $33 more, you're getting a full complete keyboard with tri-mode connectivity, QMK and VIA support, and a cohesive design. That's honestly solid value. For their first attempt at a pre-build, I think Cerakey did an impressive job. I've done keyboard builds with standalone ceramic keycap sets and they just felt out of place in a lot of cases. But here everything feels purpose built to complement the keycaps. The cohesive panda theme adds a bit of personality, and the sound profile has that low pitched thock that you really can't find in most pre-builds. If you have your eye on ceramic keycaps as a whole, I think you better consider the Nada65. That concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider dropping a like and subscribing because your support is greatly appreciated and it's free to do. Another huge thanks to the people over at Cerakey for making this review possible.